Well, hey guys, I'm Michael from eKids, and we're still talking about the fruits of the Spirit. We've learned about salvation, the Holy Spirit, and all the love, joy, peace, patience, and kindness. And this week, we're going to learn about goodness. But you know what? I had a problem. What in the world is the difference between goodness and kindness? What's the difference? I don't know. I think I'm going to need some help to find that out. And also, I kind of want to know, well, after we figure it out, what do I do with it? How can I be kind to people? And how can I be good to people too? So guys, I hope you're ready to learn, because I'm ready to learn. We've got a lot to learn today. So let's check it out. You know what? Put your thinking caps on. I got my thinking cap on. You guys ready? All right, let's do this. Hello, I'm Professor Michael from eKids University, and I'd like to explain to you a bit of the difference between, well, kindness and goodness. You see, the first thing we have to understand is that the Bible was not written in English. Did you know this? The Bible was not written in English at all. It was translated years later. So the Bible was first written in Greek and Hebrew, and maybe a little bit of Aramaic. So what had happened is Paul wrote Galatians with the fruits of the Spirit. He wrote this, well, in Greek. So we must understand the Greek words. And of course, I wrote them down for you. See, kindness in Greek was Christotes. Oh, Christotes. That's an odd word. But what Christotes really means is to help others. See, it's more than just being good. It's being good to someone else. And then the other word, which was goodness, is, oh no, this was difficult. Agathosune. 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 I got it. Agathosune. Well, anyway, this is goodness. And what goodness actually means is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It's amazing, isn't it? Look at the Greek and you might find out what the Bible actually means. So, anyway, that is your Greek lesson for today. Thank you very much. This has been Professor Michael from eKids University. Goodbye.
The fruit of the Spirit. When you have the Holy Spirit, you will produce love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Goodness.
Dino jumping, dino standing, plus built-in dino talking action with attitude. The Captain Karate Dino Cop action figure.
I'm Captain Karate Dino Cop. Just go for it.
Whoa, is that the Captain Karate Dino Cop action figure I see there?
Yeah, my mom gave me this for my half birthday. She always gives me the toy I want because I'm such a good boy.
Well, that's really cool. Could I see it?
No, I don't like to share. It's mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to walk away from you now.
Hans, you left your...
Just go for it.
Huh? Who said that?
I'm Captain Karate Dino Cop with built-in talking action. You can do it.
Do what? Are you saying I can take Hans's toy? That's stealing.
Don't be a wimp. Just go for it. Do it. Do it.
What should I do?
Do it.
Hey, Armin, what you got there?
Hans dropped his Captain Karate Dino Cop action figure, and it's telling me to steal.
You can do it. Just go for it.
You do know you're listening to a toy, right? How about listening to what God says? James 4:17. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin.
God says it's a sin to steal, so I shouldn't take this. I should give it back to Hans.
Do the right thing.
You said it, Captain Karate Dino Cop.
I'm Captain Karate Dino Cop.
Hans, I think this is yours.
Oh, that old thing? Who needs it? Opa, destroy this plastic relic.
Affirmative.
Do the right thing.
Oh, what a waste of a perfectly good action figure.
I have the new toy. Sergeant Captain Karate Dino Cop.
Goodness, Captain Karate Dino Cop, it's sold out in every shop. How could Hans let it drop?
Goodness. Should Armin go for the steal when the toy spits for real? No, he knew a better way.
Yay!
Let's talk. What did we learn? When Armin had the chance to do what was right or what was wrong, what did he choose?
How can we live out what we've just learned? Can you think of a time you had to choose between doing the right thing or the wrong thing? How did God help you?
Okay, well, I'm really glad I had my thinking cap on. Whew. You guys good? Did you learn something? Well, I did. I finally figured out the difference between goodness and kindness, between kindness and goodness. I guess I learned that kindness is really helping other people, and goodness is just kind of, well, doing the right thing. You know, and I think Santa says something like this about goodness: to be good for goodness sake, right? I think that's kind of the idea of goodness. Now, you know, I want to tell you a story that I think that I learned a little bit about goodness this week. See, my dad took me to the store to buy some things. And you know what my dad did? It was amazing. My dad gave me $100. Yeah, he gave me $100 to help me buy some tools. Well, that was kindness. He helped me. He helped somebody else. He helped another, me. But what I did when I left is I noticed that I had to take my cart back. You know those shopping carts? There were several carts that were in the parking lot there at the store. So what I did is I gathered three different carts, and I took them back to the store. Now see, that's not kind, because that's not really doing something for others. No one knows that I did that. Well, I guess you know that I did that now, but that wasn't the reason why I did it. I was trying to do something good. See, I saw the carts and I thought, I should do this. And I realized, yeah, I better go ahead and make it happen. And so that's an example of kindness, my dad giving me money, and goodness, me putting the carts away. So I hope you guys are kind of seeing how that works. Now, you know what? I think there's a really good example in the Bible about this goodness thing. See, there was this guy named Josiah. He was a king. And see, he didn't have to be good, but he decided to be good. People didn't even really want him to be good, but he decided to be good and to do the right thing. So, you know what? Let's check out this story about Josiah. So, all right, thinking cap's back on. All right, here we go. Now let's listen to the story about Josiah. Sweet.
This is Josiah.
Heyo!
Josiah became king of Israel when he was only 8 years old.
Yep.
Now the country of Israel had a very long line of kings who did many bad things, including Josiah's father and grandfather. These kings did not follow after God, and they ignored his commandments and his law. But when Josiah became king, he did what God wanted him to and followed the example of King David.
Yeah!
18 years after Josiah became king, he sent one of his court secretary, Shaphan, to God's temple.
Thank you.
Many of the kings before Josiah did not take good care of God's house, so it was in need of repair. While they were in the temple, Hilkiah, the high priest, said to Shaphan,
Hey!
I have found the book of the law in the Lord's temple. So Shaphan took the scroll back to King Josiah and read it to him. When Josiah heard what was in the book, he was greatly upset.
Oh no!
Because the people of Israel were not doing the things that God asked him to do, and Josiah knew that God must be angry with Israel for not obeying his commandments. Josiah gathered together all the people of Israel to the temple and read the entire book of the covenant to them. That very day, Josiah and all the people promised that they would obey all of what God commanded with all their hearts and souls. Josiah went on to help Israel become a people fully committed to God. He tore down all the other temples and the idols that they had set up. He got rid of all the people who were doing bad things all throughout Israel. And he did all that was commanded in God's book. Never before had there been a king like Josiah who turned to the Lord with all his heart and soul and strength, obeying all the laws of Moses. And there has never been a king like him since.
Wow. Okay, we've learned lots of really good things today. I've learned that there's a difference between kindness and goodness. Kindness is doing things for others, and goodness is when you just do the right thing because, well, it's the right thing to do, just like King Josiah did. He found that there were laws that he needed to obey, and he just decided to do the right thing and to obey those laws and to make others obey those laws. He was a good king because he did the right thing, because he had goodness in his heart. Well, you know, as I challenged you guys last week about kindness, to do something kind for somebody that maybe you don't like, I guess this week I have a challenge too, but you know what? Because we're talking about goodness and it's kind of doing the right thing even when no one is watching. You know what I figure? This week my challenge to you is to do good things when no one is watching. But this time, don't tell anybody about it. Don't tell me how good you were next week. Don't tell your teachers how good you were. Don't tell your parents how good you were. See how many good things you can do this week just for, well, goodness sake. So, and remember, God is always watching. So God knows if you're doing the right thing or not. All right, guys. Well, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you learned some things about kindness and goodness, and I really want you to be both kind and good this week. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you next time. For now, bye.